moment, we're heading outside the blockbuster studios to show off the best and sometimes most surprising filming locations, revealing the big screen scenes you never knew were shot just down the road. This is the Film Fans Guide to Norfolk. Home of the Broads, big skies, long beaches, Alan Partridge, Bernard Matthews, Delia Smith, and, as it turns out, the Avengers. Yep, it's true, and no surprise. I mean, we're super futuristic, Norman Foster, Tony Stockworthy, Sainsbury Centre behind them. Normally an art gallery and part of the University of East Anglia's campus, the Sainsbury Centre is so swish, they barely need to change anything for filming. Some signs on the door, for example, some panes of glass, a gravel drive for Iron Man's Audi. They even used UAE students as extras, as we first saw in Avengers Age of Ultron in 2015, with them making cameos later in Ant-Man and quite a few other Marvel Cinematic Universe entries. Reportedly, the on-campus helipad really sweetened the deal. In the end, they were using it so much they just recreated the set in America. Boom. Which means that they undeniably lost some of that Norfolkian charm.
Excuse me, have you ever been to see live wrestling?
I haven't, actually.
Can I ask why not?
Because I have a phobia of people in theatre pretending to fight.
You should come tonight, it'll be really fun.
Bloody hell, it's Florence Pugh.
Weird.
It stands to reason that Fighting With My Family was shot here in Norwich. After all, it does tell the real-life story of real-life WWE superstar Paige and her rise to superstardom, played brilliantly, as you just saw, by a new Marvel superhero, Florence Pugh. And if you're looking to set your movie in Norwich and you want to establish that you're really there, Norwich Market is the place to be. At the risk of sounding Alan Partridge, too late, I know. This wonderfully pedestrianised portion of Norwich City Centre is just a short stroll away from another area which is even more movie friendly. So, let's go. This is Elm Hill, and it's not hard to see how well it does on film. It is unbelievably picturesque. It was very nearly, would you believe it, demolished in 1929, but locals petitioned to save it, which is a really good thing, because otherwise we wouldn't have seen it on TV, Lovejoy Anybody, or on film in the likes of 2007's Claire Danes classic, yeah, I went there, Starburst. And more recently, Netflix's toe-tapping Christmassy confection, Jingle Jangle. Guys, it's mid-March. No. Wow. In Kristen Stewart, Princess Diana drama Spencer, this beautiful church here in Shropham doubled for the one on the royal family's Sandringham estate, which is just down the road. As I imagine they themselves weren't that keen to be involved, but happily, the churches do look very similar, as you can see in newsreel footage from the time. Even down to this glorious lichgate, a word I confess and only just learnt. But I know what you're thinking. Enough with the churches, Ali. We want farm facts. Here's a farm fact for you. Okay, two farm facts for you. 2.2 million eggs are laid here in East Anglia as a whole every day, and 1 million pigs live here. Got enough farm facts? We're in Vietnam.
Yeah, it's true. Cleverly, Norfolk marshes were used for helicopter shots of Vietnamese paddy fields in jacket. And then in Die Another Day, here at Deepdale Farm, we saw supercars fall out of the sky over North Norfolk/North Korea onto fields the production team purposely flooded for the authentic waterlogged effect they were looking for.
Of course, one of the most famous shots from Die Another Day is of Halle Berry's Jinx walking seductively out of the sea, dressed in a bright orange bikini. And I know you're not going to believe me with this one, but trust me, that wasn't actually Cuba. It was the coast of Spain, and not here. I'm actually wearing an orange bikini under this, and I have got a wedgie coming on, but I do feel $1 million. Danny Boyle loves the beach, beaches. But who needs Thailand when you've got Galston? Galston. I remember it like it was yesterday. This beachy, beatly yesterday scene, look at that lovely drone shot by the way, wasn't created using any sort of CGI chicanery or high-tech special effects. What happened was that director Danny Boyle put the shout out and 6,000 Norfolkians rocked up to take part. And by the way, hardcore Yesterday fans, you'll remember that bit early on in the movie where Himesh Patel is knocked off his bike in a frankly quite alarming scene and wakes up to be the one person on the planet who remembers any of the songs of the Beatles. And that scene was shot just here near the hotel, right by this amusement arcade. Danny Boyle is nothing if he's not efficient. Out of all of Norfolk's sandy strands, there's one that's king of the sandcastle when it comes to Hollywoodiness. Hollywoodiness, let's get that on a t-shirt actually. And that cinematic seaside supreme is... Looking for a wide open, very windswept bit of beautiful coastline for your next motion picture? Well, Norfolk has just the beach for you. Gwyneth Paltrow shot some of Best Picture winner, lest we forget, Shakespeare in Love here, and Keira Knightley is the biggest fan. She's made us cry with brutal precision on a couple of occasions around about here.
Once in Never Let Me Go with Carey Mulligan and Andrew Garfield, and another time for the Duchess just up the road at the 18th century period perfect Holcombe Hall. This stretch of sand saw the finale of Alex Garland's trippy sci-fi epic Annihilation, as Natalie Portman made it to the centre of a psychic maze and faced off against the mind-bending alien entity she found.
And it's easy to see why they chose it. With just a few tweaks, you can turn this beautiful flat beach into something wonderfully eerie. First of all, you filter the light, and then you add a spooky lighthouse in the background, and then you add some kind of weird alien glass type stuff in the foreground, and finally, and this is the best bit, you turn me into Natalie Portman. Much better.
You're a clown, Ali.
Well, he's not wrong, is he? It was only fitting that we wrapped up our incredible journey around Norfolk's most incredible movie locations with Alan Partridge, Norfolk's most famous fictional son, making a total crap himself, and I, in turn, at the most fittingly North Norfolkian location to shoot a not actually that hardcore and action movie ending, Cromer Pier.
Slightly disappointingly, Alpha Papa actually used a building in Mitcham, just south of London, for the suitably banal North Norfolk digital offices. But the surprisingly fraught finale, until that bit short, took place at one of the jewels in Norfolk's coastal crown, Cromer. Pleasingly, it seems they changed almost nothing.
Oh, good.
So that was the Film Fan's Guide to Norfolk. Be sure to watch all the movies, tell your friends, have a great rest of your day, and all that good stuff. And I guess I'll see you at the next unexpectedly glitzy UK movie location hotspot.